Who
There
goes
he is.
there? God damn, I'm sorry. That drive took a lot longer than I thought it would.
That's okay.
I'm here.
Fail.
All right.
Shut up,
If
Planner.
you're- Well, I suppose we will just jump right into it then.
Let's do it.
Unless,
Stream is
Rocks
live
fall,
and
you all
healthy.
die.
Aye.
Sorry, what was that, Kai?
Rocks fall, you all die.
Yeah, we'll see.
Ironic but
Uh,
original.
JB stabs us
Neither.
all at the back.
If you scroll up, Heinrich, to just below the purple dice, you'll see the miniature you can get for one of the statues in Waterdeep.
Oh, cool. Huh.
Actual size. I wish. That'd be awesome.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
it's like a foot tall. So
Jeebus.
Holy shit.
Jeebus Christo.
It's pretty cool.
Just in case you need that.
Just
How
in
much is it?
case you fucking need that.
$60.
Why? That's some serious dedication.
Why not?
The amount of paint to
Oh, I didn't
paint
even think about that.
fucking thing.
All right. Who's going to grab Serval for me?
I did it last time.
Nuh-uh, I did.
Oh. Then I'll do it this time.
Right.
As much fun as it is, Drax,
I'm just lazy.
to listen to you crunch your
Oh,
chips.
sorry. I meant to mute myself, and then we kept talking, and then I forgot. Sorry.
It's all good, brother.
All right. So,
I can't see the serval.
oh wait. I may have to loose him.
Do the thing.
Yeah, he was still under
you go.
my control when yeah.
He was. Yeah.
He's under
Okay.
my control.
Vajra Safar, the Blackstaff, debriefed you after the chase for the Stone of Golor. You discussed how to proceed in the investigation on House Capsulanter, as well as Jarlaxle's offer of partnership. Vajra warned you that the Castellanters are well loved and have many friends in high places. She also said that while she doesn't trust Jarlaxle, she does trust his self-interest and believes, given the circumstances, he will be on his best behavior. You returned to Trollskull Manor and found that two of Jarlaxle's lieutenants were waiting for you. They asked if you would be willing to assist them by watching the Castellanters' villa during the day while they watch it at night. They also promised to arrange a meeting with Jarlaxle for you, and advised you that if you were to be fighting devils, you may wish to have your weapons silvered. Meanwhile, Todrin spoke to Lorelei Lynn and her halfling friend Seraphina. The discussion quickly turned to Vincent Trench's demonic possession, and before the night was out, you found yourselves in the cellar of Vincent Trench's place.
One thing led to another.
Where Seraphina managed to exorcise the demon from Vincent's body and trap it in a magic circle. The demon did manage to escape, but not before the rest of the Uncommon broke down the door and helped to overwhelm and kill it. Vincent thanked you all. Bart went over notes with Seraphina, and you asked Vincent to help investigate the Castellanters. The evening ended with Todrin in bed with both Lorelei and Seraphina.
Woo!
The next 2 days, you went to funerals at the City of the Dead for your fallen friends. Todrin performed funeral rites for Vivi and Yagra, while Serval attended Herman's funeral.
oh,
don't throw that in my face.
Yeah, seriously, that's just mean.
I know, I'm horrible.
Cock block.
You just randomly throw her up there? What the fuck? Here you go, smack!
Wasn't randomly, it was her funeral.
As
that was a while ago. I don't know.
As the crowd for Yagra Stonefist's funeral begins to disperse, JB Nevercott approaches you. And he says, I understand that you wanted to speak with me about our business arrangements.
Yes, what are our business arrangements?
I just stand there with my jaw clenched and my hands creaking in the leather on my sword grip.
Can you make looser gloves for my friend?
I'm sorry, can he make what?
Looser gloves. These seem to be tight, and I point at the white-knuckled gloves.
As I do pop a seam or two or the glove.
He says, I can tend to that, certainly.
There you go, Todrin. It'll be okay.
Well, I'll step forward while Todrin is being angry.
Yep.
Well, yes, exactly about our arrangements. You see, you are asking for quite a bit in,
I am offering quite a bit as well.
to be quite fair, you're stepping in quite late in the game.
That's not true.
Well, in our service it is. And to be quite honest, you're asking for a lot for entrance. Well, for for leeway into the councils with, what was the name of that island again?
The city that he's wanting admitted into
Luskin.
this alliance is Luskin.
Yeah. For admittance of Luskin into the alliance and the dragon scepter, for one, I don't see that happening. We are willing to give you a little bit of push in getting Luskin into the Lord's Alliance. Here in Waterdeep to give the city some leeway. However, the dragon staff is off the table.
Well, that's disappointing. But I suppose we can make do with other things.
There are no promises in that regard.
No,
That's still up for discussion, I suppose.
first we have to get the Stone of Golmor, or at the very least, find the vault.
Do you have any idea where the vault is?
No, not yet, but I do have been working on it.
I see. Well, unless you have any questions regarding what you would like, I suppose. And I just kind of turn to go, just kind of implying that we're done. Unless he has any questions.
No, he'll just nod and just tell you have a good day and let you leave.
Good day, Nevercott.
I need everyone to roll me a perception check.
Ooh, bam! Natural 20.
Nice.
Ooh, natural 10.
Todrin can see the stars in the day.
So,
Is this a thing about him,
Oh,
or is
sorry.
this something else?
this is something else.
I still don't
Okay.
have Serval, by the way.
In that case,
What have you got for me?
I do not yet have control of your dice, good sir.
Oh,
try now.
damn.
I'm gonna
There he
reach
is.
over and do the finger to the mouth to shush him as I follow Bart.
Serval got a 12 total.
Okay. Todrin and Oscar, you both notice as JB Nevercott begins to leave, there's a dwarf with a dark beard that is approaching you. Todrin, that's not a dwarf. Excuse me, that's not a male dwarf. That is a female dwarf, and you know that is Istrid Horn. That's one of Davil's people.
Okay.
I honestly didn't realize I was in this conversation, so I just
Oh yeah,
stood
sorry,
off to the
you
side.
were all here.
So, the way
Todrin?
the way you phrased it with me being at Herman's deal,
I
I thought that's what was
apologize.
going on.
No,
kind of in that
you're
same
all
time.
present. Was there something you wanted to say to Nevercott?
No, I think that's fine. He'll probably be sidetracked, so never mind. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
Todrin, do you know that chunky halfling there?
Hmm. Are they walking towards us?
So
Sounded like it, right?
Todrin, I'm going to tell you something else real quick here.
And I'm sorry, you said this is one of whose people?
Dabble.
Oh, okay, Devil. Yep.
There you go.
So Team Z.
Okay.
Last we heard, Davil got arrested, right?
That's right.
Yes,
exactly
For the
sir.
whole,
For the slaughter.
right, what was that? The name? The
The
Growlhund slaughter.
Growlhund
Growlhund Villa Massacre is what the newspapers are calling it.
Massacre.
I'll just mumble as she's walking up, heads up, Loyals and Tarum inbound.
So as she approaches you, she's going to just stop in front of all of you and kind of pull this fake beard down and say, "It's me. It's Istrid Forn. I'm a friend of Davil's and Yagra's."
Okay.
She said, "I would have sent you a message, but the City Watch are keeping an eye out for our flying snakes.
They are rather iconic.
I hear they're also keeping an eye on your manor, too."
That
Indeed they
is
are.
also fairly iconic.
Okay. I don't like meeting out in public this way, but this will have to do. Look, the Watch are picking up Centaurum agents all over the city. Davil got nabbed practically the first thing. They're still looking for me. I need a place to lay low for a while. The City Watch are keeping an eye on anyone with ties to the Centaurum.
Why don't you come on back with us and we can talk about it?
No, can't do that. Not if the City Watch are
Yeah,
watching your
the
place.
watch is watching the manor,
Look.
so that's not going to happen.
I didn't mean out in the open. We have a way to get you in.
You do? How long can I stay?
I clear my throat and say, Todd, can I pull you up to the side?
I'm willing to offer you 100 gold dragons each, right here, right now, if you can get me hidden.
My eyes get a little bigger, but I follow Zerval.
And once I'm
Sorry,
While they
off to the
while they walk
side
away,
and-
I just sorry.
did
I
she
just,
say she wanted a kitten?
I'm sorry, a kitten?
No.
So don't need a kitten.
No.
She
Okay.
just kind of looks up to Oscar, Oscar's easily twice as tall as her.
I mean, I could become a
So-
kitten for 100 dragons right now if you want.
So Todd,
Right.
how
me in
many
mind.
people do we want to know that there is a secret underground spot under the? And when I'm talking to Todd, I've got my back to the halfling, so he can't read my lips. How many people do we want to know we have a secret way into? I mean, that's not well guarded. That could be a huge liability, sir.
I mean, you are correct. Honestly, I'm considering this person a friend. At the very least,
All
a
right,
colleague. That being said, you're right. Do you have any ideas of any way we can do this and keep the secret?
Do you hear that,
Blind
I don't
Oscar?
know. Maybe if we put a blindfold and spun her around so that she couldn't.
Really
tell which
quickly,
way
I'm
she
gonna
was going.
intercede.
I don't.
I'm standing there. When they walk away, I just look at her and smile. And while they're talking, there's just this weird silence. Unless she's talking to Oscar, and I just kind of go, "Excuse me," and I walk over to them. So
Yeah,
while they're
she'll-
talking, go ahead.
She'll let you go, and she just looks up at Oscar and she's, "You can turn into a kitten, really?"
Really? Yay, that's how to do it. Hold on.
Yeah, that worked. This was your passive perception, by the way, Oscar.
So I'm going to step over to them, and while they're talking, I'm just going to whisper, with my back to her as well. I assume we're talking about getting her into the manor?
Yeah, any way we can do that and preserve the secret, so to speak.
Well, to be quite honest, the Blackstaff gave me an item that may help with this.
Oh, well, that's
And
rather handy.
I just touch my bag on my hip, and I'm just like, she gave me a scroll of invisibility.
Not sure that that would be the thing to
Oh,
use this
then we wouldn't need to
for.
use the secret.
Exactly, we could sneak her in through the front at night.
We wouldn't even need to be at night.
Well,
Are you going to be able to use this spell more than once, or
no, it's a scroll, it's fine. I mean, at the end of the day, Rishal and I, we talk about spells all the time. He's got invisibility scrolls I could learn. It really isn't that big of a deal.
If he doesn't, we can make a quick pit stop and have you do your bippity boppity. Here's my coppity.
That is not a quick pit stop.
Oh,
That's a full day of study in order to learn that spell.
Todrin, roll me a dexterity save.
oh shit.
Ruh-roh.
Bam! 9!
Bird just shit on you.
Where? Where did it land?
So this raven, a raven had landed on a one of these pillars. It just flew over you guys and just right on you,
Where does it land?
on your left pauldron.
So I'm like, you could just do your bippity boppity, where's my coppity? Smack! Turd right on the. Just fucking look at it.
We're all just looking at it, and I just reach up and I just wave my hands a little bit, and I press the digitation it away.
Thank
Really,
you,
huh?
my friend.
Really, Todrin.
Guys.
Next time.
I failed to see how this is my fault.
Yes.
Location, I suppose.
Would can Serval have an insight into the Raven?
You can. Sure.
Certainly try. You can certainly try. DC 32.
You're the roller hind.
Oh shit, that's right. Insight. He rolled a 7 for an 11.
So there are ravens all over the city. There's 2 sitting on top of the mausoleum right now. This one had flown towards you guys, landed on this obelisk is the word I'm looking for, and stayed there for a couple of minutes, and then it flew over you guys and pooped on Todrin.
Like it was like intentional targeting Todrin, or
Bombing
It's
run.
a raven. At an 11, it's a raven.
Was this the really pretty one?
fair enough.
Oh yeah, this was the one that just a moment ago. I apologize, I didn't mention. Oscar had put flowers all over it, so it is now flying in a westwardly direction, and is just covered in flowers.
Okay.
Somehow, I believe Oscar is responsible for this.
No, it was looking at us very intently. Oddly enough, I've never really seen a bird focus that much and that long on a group of people without food. I mean, her delicious looking, I'm sure, but no, it was seemingly funny. Did it have a message in the poop for you? Maybe it was trying to get word to you from your temple.
Istrid pokes her head around and she says, "So what's going on? Are we doing this or not?"
Right. Todd rolls his eyes. He's like, all right, so are we good to do that then, Bert?
All right, gentlemen. We can also
I think she's a lady.
have the urchins help her.
I think
can.
Bert
She would
has
fit right
presented
in.
the easiest and best opportunity here.
I could.
That scroll is serious resource, though.
Can I'll ask Bert. He would be the one to make this roll. Can we get, hopefully, some kind of idea what the invisibility scroll is worth? If she's
I know
offering...
exactly what it's worth.
Oh,
Yeah, he knows exactly.
okay. Well, if the
Let's
party's
go.
offering us 400, if she's offering the party 400 gold, are we gaining or losing?
A
Sounds like
scroll is 150 gold, right? For a level 3 scroll?
I think so, yes.
But you only get one use out of a scroll. If you transcribe the scroll into your spellbooks, then you get numerous.
Right, you're right.
However often you can memorize.
Right, and like Heinz said, we could go do that real quick, but invisibility is a level 3 spell, which means, and since it's not evocation, right? It's a level 3 spell? Yeah.
Oscar,
This
you
is
see
Black staff gave this to you.
Istrid is standing there just tapping her foot and looking around and just like, come on, guys, I don't have all fucking day.
She's right. I look over at you. This is worth it. This is a 6-hour deal to get my spell transcribed into my spell book. This is not that big of a deal.
Well, it's the morning right now, right?
Yeah.
This is afternoon.
Oh, it's afternoon. Okay.
after funeral.
Yeah, this is after the funeral. There's probably another, say, 5 hours before nighttime.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
I
I'll
look
just nod
over.
at
Do
Bert.
you have 150, 60 gold?
Who are you asking? Istrid?
The party that were the 3 of us. The 2 of them, I guess.
What? Why do you need...
That's how much money I'll need, and 6 hours to transcribe invisibility into my spellbook and learn it.
Okay. I'd be happy to pitch some toward that after the lady pays us.
Well, it would have to be before. Otherwise, I'd have to buy the spell again, in which case that would be 300 gold. That's my point.
What?
In
Like
order
I
to learn
said,
the spell, it's not that big of a deal. It's just it's time.
Oscar, you hear Istrid just like, fuck this, and she starts walking away.
I reach over and pick her up
turn
and
around.
put her on my
Decision
shoulders.
made, and I just briskly walk after her. Excuse me. And I talk to her real quick briefly, and I explain the situation that in a few hours when the sun sets, we will just meet at a predetermined location. I will make her invisible, and she can follow us back to the tavern.
Where?
Where are you hiding right now?
Come on, I'm not that stupid.
Okay.
Look,
Right, give me somewhere where I can meet you that's convenient at night, and I can meet you there.
but close enough, gentlemen and lady, that
Right, it has to
the
be within an
spell
hour.
will last.
It has to be within an hour of the tavern, but you just determine the location, and I will be alone. Well, Todrin will be with me.
out back of the Gentle Mermaid Fest Hall. It's not far from your place.
The Gentle Mermaid Fest Hall. I suggest outside.
Out back, yes.
Excellent. You contact us. You'll know what you're looking for.
Okay.
Excellent. We'll meet you at sunset.
All right.
And we'll part ways.
Okay.
What do we do if the sun doesn't set?
Hind, where's your lighter?
Next to me.
Damn it.
Here, I'll be right there.
Awesome.
Okay, so where are y'all headed now?
Probably back to the tavern. Did you have anywhere to go besides the tavern?
Yeah,
Oh,
for the
Hind
record,
has something.
if you guys have anything that you need to do tonight or the next day or anything, just feel free to speak up. This is sort of downtime, so
Okay. So, Lorelai and... I'm sorry, am I interrupting?
I just had a quick question. Are we doing the watching the house during the day thing?
No, we have Vincent on that.
Yeah.
Vincent on that.
that was why you guys hired him. So you
Okay.
didn't have to.
All right. I was gonna have the rats because to me that felt like they were trying to get us out of our house. So I was gonna have the rats stay behind and kind of watch things. But
Ah!
do
if we're
that.
there, I'll watch things.
You
Not a
can,
bad idea.
sure.
Yeah, okay. So, Lorelai and Serafina were there too, right? At the funeral?
Yes, but they have left.
They have
No
left.
funeral sex for you.
Well, I just wanted to talk to them for a second. So I look up and they're just gone, huh?
Yep.
Fuck.
Yeah, while you guys were talking to JB, and then when Istrid came up, they've left.
Okay. All right, then that was all I had. So yeah, I'm down to do whatever the party needs.
So Serval's vote is for the auction house.
The auction house.
Yes, indeed.
What's-
Sometimes adventurers into the Intermountain pawn off the nifty baubles and magical trinkets that they find there. And who knows what wondrous magical items we could potentially get from.
Find. Okay. Real quick, Bart, is there anything you need to do before we do that
Nope.
for her tonight?
Nope.
You're ready to go at the moment. Okay. Then, unless anybody else had anything, sounds good.
I'm just gonna throw this out there for Serval. You guys are sitting on about 300 gold pieces total each, or total. It's all together 300. You guys really don't have enough money for any kind of magic items, unless some common magic items, maybe potions.
Like 100 total.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
We're about to get, potentially 400 more gold, and does that include the gold bar that I have stashed? The trade bar?
Mm-hmm. If you count the trade bars,
and then
let's see.
Like I said,
those are 250 each, so that brings your total up a good amount. But
and then we're about to get 400 more from this halfling pseudo dwarf chick.
Well, maybe in a few days. To be honest, I had this had slipped my mind. I'm already heavily invested in something that has not quite come to fruit yet, so I cannot pitch toward anything fancy.
Well, can we possibly do some window shopping, gentlemen, and then have an idea of what? Well, you know what? Never mind. Let's. I just realized I probably have some writing that I should be doing, and take this while the muses hit me, and we'll unless there's something else important going on.
I don't think so. Oh, we should look into getting our weapons silvered. We can pass by Ember Kanavi on the way home, because I have a feeling that's going to happen again soon.
Indeed.
I think I'll be alright.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
Yeah, your weapon is magical, which is essentially better than silver even. So you don't have anything to worry about.
Mine can be magic.
About that, silver just makes me uncomfortable. So why don't you go ahead and look into that? And
It makes you uncomfortable?
Yeah. Yeah. Just there's something about I don't know. It just no. I've got my insults and such that I can still contribute to the team. Just silver's just not my thing.
Okay. I mean, your loss. I'd be happy to take your weapons with me while you did your writing and get it done for you. Can I insight
you see
him?
Serval,
you
see Serval just get super uncomfortable and just.
I'll say
kinda...
anything from an insight check. you just got from what he just said.
Yeah, that's true. That's fair. Okay. All right. Well, I mean, I don't want to push you. It's just the best decision for what we are facing here soon. Uh, but all right, if you want to just head on to the tavern, we'll meet you there shortly. Maybe Bart will go with you, and I'll just go get mine silvered. Maybe Bhaskar can accompany me. I don't want to send anybody
Oh,
alone at the moment.
Indeed.
Okay,
that's
so
fair.
Todrin's going to
And Burkinavi, and I'm
Imbrikanavi.
towing the tall guy with me.
All right.
Taller guy.
Bart and Serval, you all just going to the tavern, or do you want to go stop at Rishal's place, or what do you want to do?
I turn to him. Would you mind if we make a quick stop over at Rishal's?
Not at all. Lead the way.
Excellent.
All right. I'm going to take
So-
care of Todrin and Oscar first, real quick.
That's fine.
So,
Our time has come.
so you guys approach, and I'm just going to bring up this map here. So you guys approach Steam and Steel in Brickanavi's shop, and as you come into the door, there's the dinging of the little bell, and you can hear Avi in the back just ting, ting, as he's working on something which is probably your armor.
I would like
And,
to check up on that too.
Imbric is standing at the table here in the front, and he says, "Oh, Todrin, Oscar, welcome. How can I help you guys?"
Ah, Master Embrick, you're looking hot today.
Every day.
Ah, good man, good man. So, we have had some issues with some devils lately. I'm sure you've heard.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, it's been quite nasty, and some of us need a little bit of adjustment. I'm looking to prepare for more encounters of that type. How would you feel about silvering this beauty? And I pull out my masterwork sword.
So he reaches forward over the counter here and takes the blade in his hands and looks it over and he says, "This is a beautiful piece. I would be
No,
honored.
thank
I would be
you.
honored to take care of it for you. Besides, to be perfectly honest, while Avi's working on the armor, I don't have anything else to do. So I'll
Excellent.
take care of this right now. I can have it tomorrow morning."
That sounds perfect, but as I'm sure you know, and I'll keep unstrapping the sheath so I can give that to him too, I'm gonna need something to swing around in the meantime, inevitably.
Well, I don't have anything quite as nice as this, but
was
please,
thinking, hopefully you could surprise me. The bigger the better.
bigger the better, huh?
Yeah, surprise me.
You seem
Boo!
he kind of chews his lip a little bit.
I do
When-
jump a little
when-
bit when
When
Oscar,
Oscar does that, Imbric's kind of taken off guard, and you see his hair. It's this kind of all the time. It's just this dancing flame. It kind of brightens when he does that.
and I
He's like,
flinch.
yeah. And he says, I think I might have something for you. And he walks into the back with your sword and sets it down. And he comes back with a halberd. He says, "How does this one look?"
Oh man.
He's holding it in both hands. This is the biggest thing we've got right now.
Okay. Let me take a look at it. And I'll take it
All
from
right,
him.
He'll pass it over to you. And again, it's beautiful craftsmanship. You can see where they've there's this design of like the elemental flame on one side and water on the other for Imbric and Avi.
Oh wow. It's thematic as well.
It is.
This is quite beautiful. The thing is though, I like to get up in their face.
So a little smaller.
Well, I suppose, yeah.
Great sword. Got it. He takes the halberd to the back And he comes back with a great sword. This one, it's a little more plain looking, but he holds it out to you and he says, how's this hefty one?
Oh man, this feels right for some reason.
All right.
So what do I owe you for the night?
For the silver ring, it'll be 100 gold pieces.
100 gold.
Now, are you looking to buy, or are you looking to just loan her on this great sword?
Oh my god, I should have asked the price up front. That's a lot of money. Fuck. I'm just looking to borrow for now. We'll see how I feel after.
All right. It's just for the night, right?
Yeah, just for the night.
I'll have this ready first thing tomorrow morning. Don't worry about it.
Awesome. I appreciate you. Oscar, do you, and I look over at you with your stick.
Did you need me to add a great sword to your inventory? Did you take it?
Please, please.
All right.
The
I'll
stick
get
is
the
really
gold
all
up.
I need.
Yeah,
I'm getting better with it, I think.
I think so too. I don't know what Silverin would do for you anyway. You seem pretty magical.
It says
Yes, no, I wouldn't need silver. It would be
A
shiny
silvered
and
stick.
get in my light.
sure I can't
Maybe
do
you
anything for
could
you.
silver these, and I hold out 2 gold pieces.
He takes the gold dragons and he kind of looks at them and he says, I mean, I could, but they're worth more like this.
Oh, okay, never mind then.
He kind of looks at Todrin as he's giving the gold dragons back to
I just
Oscar.
smile and nod.
You should make your weapon out of gold. It's already good enough.
You make a fair point, Oscar. I learned so much today.
Even the music agrees.
That was good timing.
That was. We can close out that scene.
All
We'll
right.
head to the tavern.
I learned so much today. Crescendo.
So, Rashal is putting some books on the shelves as you guys walk in. The bell rings when you guys enter the door. He goes, welcome, Bartholomew. What can I do for you today?
Rachel, it's been a minute. How are things?
Oh, it's not bad. Pretty good. How are you?
I'm not bad.
I
Hey,
heard
Rachel.
I heard you guys had some trouble recently.
When isn't there trouble?
That's true. Anyway, what can I do for you?
Actually, I was wondering if you sold invisibility scrolls.
I do. Let's see here. He goes back to his counter and pulls out. There's a scroll in a kind of a alcove that he's got back behind the counter. He goes, invisibility. Here you go. And he puts it down on the counter in front of him and he says, this one would be about 150 gold pieces.
I see. Excellent. I was also wondering if you had a couple of other spells. Do you have a moment?
Certainly. What do you need?
I don't know about purchasing them immediately right now, but I will be back here in the next couple of days for sure.
All right.
Let's see here. And I pull out my notebook and I'm flipping through some stuff. Fireball.
He takes a book off the shelf and he goes, he flips through a couple
The
of pages. And he
oldie
says,
but
right here.
goldie.
I have Fireball right here. I don't have a scroll for it made, but I could loan you the book and you could copy it right from the book.
Excellent. And what would that run me?
Fireball and invisibility. Excuse me. Invisibility is the second level spell. I apologize. Invisibility is 75 gold pieces.
Oh, shit.
Fireball is 150.
Okay. If invisibility is a second level spell, then let's retcon some of that information and I will give that over to Hind. Not Hind, Todrin, when we're all talking there.
Mhm.
Invisibility would cost 75 in 4 hours.
Right.
Okay.
No problem.
Which, to be quite honest, is the better deal. Because we have that time. Because you
Mhm.
said it's 5 hours to sundown, right?
Yeah, it's about 5 hours still on. So yeah, you've got time. You'll be early for her.
Cool.
Wait, I know invisibility's on the bard list, but it's only second level?
Mm-hmm. There's
I thought it was
greater
Ridiculous.
invisibility.
third.
Greater invisibility is
Oh.
4th level.
And like one drops when you attack and one doesn't, right?
Right.
Right.
Okay.
Let's see. Anything else? I have quite a bit here.
Actually, if you don't mind, and I turn to Serval, if you don't mind, Serval, I think I might sit down and learn invisibility.
That seems to be reasonable.
Excellent. If you would like to return to the inn to do some writing, I understand, because I'm gonna be a minute.
Actually, I could probably do the writing right here, and to be fair,
To be fair,
it's probably best if we don't quite split up too much.
That's probably for the best. And I turn back to Rashal. Rashal, I
Mhm.
don't have all of the gold I'm gonna need at the moment, but would you mind lending me the supplies needed to do this? And the space.
We would absolutely reimburse you plus a
Right, I will pay
5%.
you 80 gold pieces for the space and the materials. Total. How about 85, an extra 10 on top of the 75?
Roll me a persuasion check. He likes you.
Can I give him advantage?
Yeah, I'll let you roll it with advantage.
Excellent. What the hell is another 20 die? They shouldn't be this deep. Who's messaging? Persuasion. Advantage. Persuasion. Excellent.
All right, that's gonna be. He says, only because it's you, and because I know you guys are involved.
Hey,
Something.
I'll be like, you know what? Because you're so excellent, Rashal, I'll give him the 10 extra gold pieces now.
Thank you.
Of course, and I will be sure to get you that 75 either later tonight or first thing on.
Of course.
And,
Feel free. And he gestures to where he's got this like a reading area in the front of the store that looks out onto the street. And he says, please feel free.
right on. And to not consume the spell, I'll just start copying from his book.
Sure.
Or the scroll.
Yeah.
Cool. Fuck yeah. Alright, I will copy that into my spellbook then, while everybody else does their stuff.
Okay.
So how much would it be for the bare bones, non-magical parchment, not important materials? If I could swipe some from him instead of going all the way back to the manor and then all the way back for my writing.
Probably like a gold piece for some paper and some...
Let's
Probably a couple
see.
silver.
Parchment. One sheet of parchment is 1 silver piece. A bottle of ink is 10 gold pieces, but he'll
So
lend you a pen if you want.
how far is the manor from where we're at right now?
It's just a block away. There's like 5 houses between you and there. Vincent Trench's
Alright.
office is right smack between you and them.
Well, I would tell Bart that I'll be right back, and I'd actually just go out to the manor and back. I'd be actively paid attention and making sure everything's, that nothing creeps up on me if at all possible, and
Holy fuck.
go grab what I need to
Mhm.
write my thoughts out and go back and sit sit near Bart while he works.
Okay. So meanwhile, Todrin, Oscar, is there anything you guys are doing as you come into the Restless Tavern? I'll say you see Fala and Zaraj are sitting here, and Floon is standing behind the bar, just tending to a couple other customers. You do see Felrecht and Krebig are back in the back corner again.
Honestly, I would grab us a couple beers and be like, Serval, you want to sit down, just have a chat, the two of us? Oh, wait, it's
Would that
Oscar.
be
Shit.
when- Yeah, it's Oscar.
Oh no, where?
Fuck, it's Oscar. I'll do the same thing. Whatever. Yep. You want to sit down and have a chat, Oscar?
Sure.
And yeah, we sit down and talk. I honestly do a little bit of venting about my feelings for Lorelei, and I don't know how. I don't know what's Oscar like.
What kind of ending? What kind of feelings?
Oh, the
Are you
romantic.
ashamed of what you did?
No. I feel quite strongly for the woman.
She is rather lovely.
She is. She is a lot of things, and I like all of them.
Indeed, I can tell just the way you are around her.
Yeah. This little Serafina chick was also interesting. That's new.
Actual chicken?
No. She is not an actual chicken. And we
Oh.
continue.
It sounded like a chicken. That's that's all I know. So squawking and yelling. And...
Those are the sounds they make when.
Just
Did you
wow.
did you see that whip that Lorelei had?
It seemed very effective. Yes.
Oh, let me tell you.
So about Victor, he had that thing inside him.
What?
Didn't it? I thought I heard that. I mean, just from what I saw of him, it seemed to
Oh.
be.
Yes, the
You know.
creature. Yes, yeah, that thing had been possessing him for, I don't know, maybe as long as you've been alive, maybe even longer.
So we can trust him, though. He doesn't have another one, or
I think if he had another one, it would have came up at the ceremony in the basement there.
I
Whether
see.
or not we can trust him is an entirely different story. But we have hired the man. He's working for us.
Yes, of course, yes.
Right.
You know, my rats were a little dissuaded that we didn't want to rely on them, but it's they'll get over
Well,
it.
I mean, we
Some
can
cheese and they'll be fine.
employ multiple options if that's something you want to try.
You want more rats? I can handle that. That's no problem. We will have multiple rats in the morning.
Perfect. Wait. What does that mean?
Don't you worry.
So
I'm a little worried. I'm not gonna lie.
Oscar,
So are you gonna marry her?
oh, sorry.
Who? I like cough up some drink. Who? Lorelei?
Well, yes. I mean, you seem smitten or mitten. Mittens? Did you see Mittens with her?
I hadn't really considered that. I hope so, Oscar.
Oh, wonderful. I could preside. We could go in the alleys and the rats. They're very nice. They have lots of cooking experience. Well, I mean, they're in the kitchen a lot. I assume that's cooking. I don't know. And they have clothes and gifts and things, and we could have a very nice ceremony for you.
Oh.
Flowers. city
You-
flowers,
You and your rats.
stagnant water. Yes, all those. Well, I
I'm
mean,
like beckoning
know.
for more drinks as he's talking about his
Yeah.
rats getting me married.
Danica comes up to the table and right on the ball. As soon as you turn to ask for another drink, she's there with a pitcher full of ale.
Huh! Oh, you are fast.
wonderful.
Thank you, Danica.
She
You're
could be your
quite
maid of
welcome. Thank
honor.
I would be honored. Who's? Wait, what? She looks a little surprised.
Wait. God damn it.
I've never been a maid of honor. Who? Wait, what for? Who's getting married?
For a friend of mine that we have.
Lorelai and Tadrin are getting married in the morning.
Really?
Oh my
That's
God.
great.
No. No. Just start chugging my drink.
Nice.
You see Floon put the bottle of wine back underneath the the bar.
Oh, Danica,
I'm so happy
please.
for you. I'm gonna go tell everyone. I'm
No,
gonna
wait.
Get up and...
I grab his shoulder and slam him into the chair.
Oh,
You stay right
Oh.
there.
no.
Oscar, I got a question for you.
Yes.
What are your rats doing right now?
Damn it.
Well, preparing for the wedding.
Are they
Wow.
doing the coat thing?
The
They could,
coat
yeah.
thing? What's the coat thing?
That
Oh, you'll
seems-
see.
That
The
seems
coffee!
perfect for a wedding. Yeah.
Oh shit.
So, Todrin, roll me a perception check.
Okay. Am I perceiving
With
the coat
advantage
thing?
because it's glorious.
Yeah, with advantage because it's glorious.
I don't even need it. 19.
Yeah. So, what you see as the coat thing gets mentioned is one of Oscar's rats, and again, we're talking pretty big sized rats. They're not giant rats per se. They're not like huge,
Not RUSs.
but they're pretty good sized rats. And you see one that just runs through the room with what appears to be a very nice coat, like what a noble might wear, and no idea where it came from.
Oh. Okay, that's not bad.
Right?
And it runs past you guys under the table, up the stairs, and goes upstairs. A little while later,
They've been working hard on that.
he comes back down and runs back outside
Without the coat?
without the coat.
Huh.
As you guys are sitting there, you see 2 or 3 times one of Oscar's rats wearing these butler uniforms comes through with scraps of clothing, scraps of leather, scraps of. One of them comes through with like a full noble's doublet.
Oh, fuck.
Don't ask where they got it.
Just hear distant screams.
It's probably like a naked noble somewhere.
As I try to explain to Oscar about marriage vows. Well, I haven't brought this up to her yet. I was just talking to you about it.
Oh, it's okay. I give you my blessing.
Well, thank you for that. But we can't talk to other people about this yet. I have to ask her first before she hears about it from anybody else.
Oh, is she here?
No, she's not here.
And even if she... Never mind.
It doesn't matter. I need to be the one to talk to her about it. If she hears from somebody else, I don't know. It just doesn't feel right.
Right. Okay. I yelled to the bar, nobody tell Lorelai that she's getting married to Todrin.
You see Ziraj and Fala turn around and say, "Who's getting married?"
Just fucking hand over my face.
You're just beat red.
Yep. Oscar or Todd's actually pretty
yeah.
goddamn nervous.
Your secret's safe with me.
Just blow bubbles in my beer as I drink it.
Just in the distance, you just hear Evandium. Secrets are not what you think they are.
Amen. Yay!
So this goes on for a while, and eventually
Oh,
Bartholomew
God.
Bartholomew finishes his spell preparation.
When I finish that, I'm gonna approach Rashal again and
Mhm.
about making my familiar a Tressum. Actually,
Oh, dude.
I was gonna ask you real quick: is there flying snakes?
There are.
Could I make my pet a flying snake?
You're
We cast
familiar.
the
You
spell.
could, yeah.
Like Zentarum status?
Oh fuck! Never mind. Never mind.
What? Wait.
I love the idea of you using one that you don't realize is the symbol of the bad guy.
I
Remember
just realized
earlier
that
when I
it's
said that's
fine.
iconic?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, just
Nope,
for the
Tressum
record,
it is.
just
So,
for the
so
record, this is literally their symbol.
Yeah. Yep. Done.
I thought it seemed familiar.
But yes, it is an option if you so desired to have a flying snake be your familiar.
Nope. Nope. We're
We're
past
joining
that.
the
I
Zentarum
want
now?
that, but upside down.
Thanks, though.
As far as a Tressum, Rashal will tell you absolutely it's not that difficult. It's a slight variation to the spell, and it doesn't cost anything extra. There's no changes that you really need to make. So you'd
Yeah.
have to cast the spell again to change him from one form to another.
Right.
But it's no different than if you were to change him from a cat to an owl or an octopus or anything else you
Cool.
wanted.
Well, with my extra time as a ritual, I'm gonna do that.
Okay. And I assume you're keeping track of how much of that costs because I don't know off the top of my
Yep.
head. Okay.
It's 10 gold to do that.
Okay.
So I would spend the 10 gold with Rashal for the stuff and just do that in his shop as well.
Totally. And yeah,
when
when
I'm
it
sorry.
appears, if you will give me just a moment, I will show you the token that I have for it.
There's no rush, man.
Yes, but
It's just a side thought.
I am quite pleased with this token. So
Oh, right. You told me you did this.
I'm just going to size it up here for you to take a look. Was that about what you had in mind there? It's on the tavern map.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Oh, sweet.
The
All
only
right.
difference I have is one of its front right paw is a very, very light shade of blue.
Okay, cool. So yeah, you guys can do all of that, and by the time you finish that, it's probably about time to go meet Istrid.
Indeed.
Uh,
So I will return to the tavern and get Todrin and then head out.
okay.
Whose face is still bright red?
About the same time you guys are heading out, Krebig and what's his other guy's name? Belricht. They're moving out too, and just on the way out, they go. We'll
Our
see you
drow
sometime.
friends, right?
Yeah, they're the two Brigandareth agents that their night shift is just about to kick in,
Gotcha.
and they go. We heard about this this fellow that you hired. He's quite a professional, eh?
Indeed he is.
That's good. I
But
hope that
it's
he
our
is very.
Poxbakken,
I hope that he is very successful.
and we hope that you are very successful indeed. Good luck tonight.
Thank you. Good luck to you too.
Appreciate it.
And they leave, and so yeah, you guys go, and the Gentle Mermaid, I believe, is the one. Yeah.
Real
This-
quick. So
Sure, go
it's
ahead.
Serval and Oscar staying back at the tavern, and it's Todd and Bart that's going to do that.
Right.
Unless you guys wanted to go.
Well, I figured that's what they mentioned, so
Yeah, that's what Bart
I
promised her.
figured that.
Right, and I let Oscar and Serval know if they want to go, they can just keep a distance, meet us
Mhm.
halfway. Not meet us, but tail us about halfway back.
So, on your way out, you do see there are two City Watch constables. You do not happen to see Alice Caledona tonight. but it could just be that she's on a different shift or something else, or maybe something came up.
Super duper quickly, Kason. When I
Sure.
learn invisibility, could I change my known spells just to include invisibility?
You need a long rest, don't you?
Right,
I
but since I'm
think
learning
so, but considering you're just learning it and for story reasons, I'll allow it.
excellent.
That's nice of you.
I appreciate that. Thank you, Kason.
So yeah, you guys head to the Gentle Mermaid, and you don't have to wait very long before Istrid shows up wearing this fake beard. And she comes up to you guys and she says, "So, are we doing this or not?"
Yep. And as I see her, I'm just like, get somewhere inconspicuous and where you're unseen.
So she takes a dark corner and she's all right. So
Excellent. When she does that, I will very sleight of hand, like, cast invisibility on her.
she kind of just pauses for a second. She goes, "Well, that brings back memories. Okay, let's go."
Excellent. Remember, this doesn't block footsteps or sound, so exercise caution.
They're busy streets. I don't think anyone will notice, but I'll keep that in mind.
Sweet. And we will head back.
Give me just a second here. I want to make sure I'm not screwing you guys over by giving you the wrong amount of.
Quick retcon. When we all get together before they go and pick her up, Serval would be interested in where we're keeping her. Are we keeping her upstairs in den or down in the cellar?
No,
I
we
would
would keep her
probably
down.
prefer upstairs.
Well, we would keep her down in the cellar because that way, if in an emergency, we could get her through the secret entrance, but we don't have to alert her of that.
So you guys lead her back, and yeah, doesn't seem to be any kind of problem on the way back. But when you guys get her to the cellar, she says, "There's something else I want to talk to you guys about." She's you can hear she's pulling something out of her pocket that's jingling with coins. Where's Maloon War Dragon?
I look at Todrin. Can I ask why you'd like to know?
Schemo's missing.
Who?
Schemo, weird bottle. Gnome, you know him.
Where do we know him
Oh,
from?
oh,
That's not a dwarf, is it?
right. Yeah, I've seen him.
Yeah, Schemo told Davil and I a few days ago that you guys followed him halfway across the trade ward and he confronted you. And Maloon kept chasing him afterwards. Last thing Schemo told me is that Maloon was poking around his shop the night of the Gralhan Villa massacre. He was really pissed off and he was scared that Maloon was going to kill him. And now
Kill him.
we can't fucking find him now.
Have you checked the shop? What was the condition?
Yeah, we checked his shop. He's gone.
What was the condition of the
Okay,
shop?
It's nothing. He cleaned out everything. He's gone.
So your
So
man
he's-
picked up ties and left.
Maybe. I pick
The
up a
guy's-
dark look at that.
Look, the guy's a weasel, but I don't think he'd just leave. That Maloon, though.
Not without good reason.
Look, I don't know what Maloon's problem is, but he's been following our people, eavesdropping on our every discussion, every chance he's had a chance for months. We've had
You're
several
not
people say
wrong.
that they think he's killing our guys in the streets.
Well,
My
Davil
face
was-
is darker.
Davil was going to talk to you about it, but that Gralhan Villa massacre thing just threw us all off. We're all off kilter right now.
Well, if that's true, we will have to talk to Maloon about this. See what we can find out.
Keep a fucking eye on that guy. It's bad news.
Yes.
Wheels are turning on that one, I promise.
I kind of nudge Todrin and give him a knowing look as to,
If-
remind him of past conversations.
If he comes in here, don't fucking tell him I'm down here.
Of course not.
We're not
Absolutely not.
not telling anybody.
Right now, your presence down here is known by all present, and that's it.
Okay, let's keep it that. Well,
Oscar.
what about your
Oscar.
your
Yes.
halflings and the bartender?
About that, we will talk to them about it, let them know that there's someone down here, but we won't let them know who you are.
I'll
Wait,
stay out
why
of their way.
down? Why does she need to go down there?
Well,
Like
if
I said,
her-
this is the reason why we want her upstairs, is that
well, we didn't talk
we
about
can
it.
control
Yeah.
better who goes upstairs.
Yeah, no, she's going upstairs.
To an extent. Right, but if we get raided by the guard and she's upstairs, we're all fucked.
Why is
We
that any
don't give
different
them
from
a
downstairs?
reason.
Because if she's aware of the exit, we can get her out without anybody.
That's the whole point of bringing her in invisible, is that she doesn't know.
Right, and we don't have to tell her about it immediately. This is just an idea. That's why I'm glad you brought up talking about it, because at the end of the day, this is an important discussion.
There's windows upstairs. There's all kinds of answers. That we need to pick one. Either we bring her in through the back, or we bring her in invisible. We don't do both because we're wasting one if we do both.
That's fair. All right.
Yeah, that was my argument for having her upstairs and not in the.
Yep.
All right. We just need to be aware she can't be on the second floor, because if anybody is aware of her presence when we're not there, it's going to raise questions.
Okay.
Well, nobody goes up there except us. Yes.
Right. That's my
Does
point. If
anybody-
we're ever not here and she's walking issues, if Floon or any of the halflings, they're like,
They might go to
who the fuck
investigate.
is upstairs? Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Gotcha. So having discussed all that ahead of time, then
Right.
we know that we want her snuck in invisible in the front door and
And up
stashed
there with Oscar.
upstairs. Yeah, as far upstairs as she can get.
Okay. So
And to stay away from the windows. We're being watched.
so that begs one other question. What about the urchins?
Well,
Where
Ooh.
are the urchins?
Staying upstairs with Oscar.
They are currently sitting
in
in
the
den.
attic, aren't they? Oh, are they in the den? I thought they were in the attic. Okay.
Well, they could be in the attic. That they're spending time all over the place, but they come down into the tavern. They come play around outside, and they're all over the place. As far as where they're
All right.
sleeping, they're sleeping upstairs in the attic.
So the disguise she's wearing, she has nothing that pegs her as Zengtarum.
Nothing. Right now, she is
Okay.
as low-key gray man as she can get.
Okay. So what we can do is we can tell the urchins about her and say, hey, this is our friend, and we're really worried about her. We want to keep her safe, but we have to keep her secret in order to keep her safe.
Right.
And so I think they wouldn't have a problem helping us out and keeping her presence quiet. And if anybody goes upstairs, they can help her either hide or get out of there.
I concur.
When you guys talk to them about this, they're like, "Totally, we can do that." And Nat signs to Squidly and Jenks, and they're all on board with that. No problem. They will be happy to help her out if something happens and they need to get her out.
Awesome. And so we need an alias for her. What do we call her?
If you
we
will
can
give
ask
me
her.
just a second, I will give you the alias. I apologize. I had this and it's. She is calling herself. Where did it go? Jorn.
Jorn.
So-
Okay, so we need to refer to her as Jorn from now on, gentlemen.
Agreed.
Who? What? Say the name again?
Jorn. Jorn.
Jorn. Okay.
All right, gentlemen.
And
so
I just
we got the
realized that
urchins
means
on board with it.
I just realized that means her name's Jorn Horn.
Horn.
Wow,
Of
very
course it
creative.
is.
Okay, so unless anybody's got anything else this day's gonna pass, you guys have been a long rest.
She's just kind of short on creativity. Yuck, yuck, yuck.
You know, I wonder how much she can pass for a adolescent human, considering she's a halfling.
She's a dwarf.
Yeah, I
She
just
could
called her
fit
halfling.
in with the urchins quite.
So I've just given you guys each 10 platinum pieces each. So that's
What?
the
Excellent.
money that she promised you.
Excellent.
I said it was 400 gold pieces earlier. It's put it in platinum, so that's what
Fine.
that's
No,
what she had.
take our money
Easy.
back.
I'm gonna give you guys a long rest now. Unless is there anything else you guys want to do tonight?
Anybody want to swap out spells
That's what
officially?
I'm doing right now.
Mine is done.
All right. Unfortunately, bards can't swap spells, so.
Yeah, I can. I can do it at night.
Bards.
No,
Yeah,
bards.
Oh, Bard does.
every level.
I
Bard
heard Bart
does.
can't swap spells.
Bards.
Not Bart
Oh, they
does.
can. Watch me do it. Oh, I didn't
I
want
didn't
that.
hear Bart's. I heard Bart can't swap spells.
Not
I was
Bart
like,
does.
fuck off! I can do what I want. My spell book is extensive, bitch.
Bart does.
And it's getting better.
Hey now. Hey now.
I have to
So-
admit, it's getting better.
There's your long rest.
Woo!
So it is. Let's see. Again, there's going to be a couple of days here that pass, but today, the next day, is the 11th of Kythorn. So you're starting a new 10-day.
Wow.
What would you guys like to do?
Over the next couple
Well,
days.
Well, Embrick said that you're sort
Audrin
of
gets
ready
his.
today.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So that after that long rest, the first thing I do that day is I go to Rishal and pay him back
Okay.
because I
Alright,
told him
so-
either that night or first thing in the morning. So, yeah.
Serval is going to get his letter published by the Wazoo.
Okay.
Just the nice version that doesn't talk about devils or anything. The version that we talked about where supports the watch and maintain everyone's encouraged to maintain a peaceful demeanor during these difficult times. And then the other letter that we talked about, the one that does detail all the horrible things that we've been dealing with, Serval makes sure there's several copies of those letters and gets them as wanting to get them to those details, like a report to the Order of the Gauntlet, to Blackstaff, to crap. There's a couple others that I was thinking of. The Watch. Oh, and the Lord's Alliance.
Todrin, I am gonna have to apologize to you. I just screwed up your heavy armor thing, so I'm gonna have to fix that later.
Oh, okay. Heavy armor
Or
master.
unless someone can give me that a copy paste for that real quick. So
What?
for heavy armor master, how to put that into combat tracker. I'm sorry, sir. While I was juggling a couple other things, can you run that last part by me one more time?
Just the Lord's Alliance, the Blackstaff, all of those important people that should probably be apprised of which nobles are conspiring with devils and cultists of Asmodeus. So he's going to get that finished up, and then
Okay.
be looking to get that passed on to those people.
So I'm going to start off with. Let's start with that. I'm going to say, Todrin, was there anything else you wanted to do at the American Hobbies besides getting your sword?
Oh, check on the progress of the armor.
Abby will tell you it's going to be about 10 days or so, maybe 12, but it won't be this. It won't be finished this 10-day. It'll be after Dragon Down.
Okay.
But it is coming along nicely, and he'll let you take a look at it. And work in progress looks great.
Right, and as far as style, and I'll talk to him about that theme that you and I had discussed.
Yeah, he's all on board with it. He knows.
Because
So.
you know, if you know anything about me, you know that style's half the project.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, I've seen your work. I have absolute faith in you. So, I'll leave you to it.
All right.
Let me send it to you in Discord.
Yeah, thank you.
I was like, well, that's what I just said.
Thank you, Kai. I appreciate it. Okay, that should be that set. I apologize for the chaos there. Anyway, so Serval, when you arrive
sir.
at the
I also have one more thing to do just after Serval, so go ahead.
okay, when you arrive at the Waterdeep Wazoo, do you just knock on the door, or how do you want to handle this?
Yeah, I'd knock on the door and just introduce myself as part of the Uncommon, and that I want to do my part for trying to maintain peace in the city, and I've written written a little article here. It would be I would be honored if they'd be willing to include it in their next editorials.
So the publisher introduces himself as Gaxley Rudderbust, and when he leads you inside, I know you can't see this, but I'm going to let the others see it. His wall is filled with a map of Waterdeep, and there are pictures of the Growlhuns, and there are pictures of the Zentarum, and there are pictures, and they're all linked together with red yarn, and it's just
Jesus.
the wall is just a mess of links and suspicions and notes with question marks next to them. And is this person linked to this person? Is that person know this person? This person was seen with that person, and the whole time this guy's like, he's a nut.
That's awesome.
And he's
Well-
like, I absolutely just what do you have? What do you have? Show me.
Well, for right now, what I can do is I can tell you that, well, some of this is on the right track, and I give a look at it, and anything that just I have no idea about, if it doesn't look like it matches anything else, I just point out and say, I think that's a dead end, and I think this is a dead end. But don't worry, the Uncommon is handling it, and if you'll publish this for me, I will give you an exclusive when we're finished.
He says, no, wait. The Uncommon, there's the guys that have been chasing the Stone of Golor. They're led by two nobles, right?
Indeed.
That's too bad. See, somehow this is all connected to the Upwind Lord and the Masked Lords, and I don't know how, but it's all connected. And the nobility, they fucking know about it, man. I'm telling you, they know about it.
Not all of them. Some of them.
I
The
think they do.
Growlhuns, definitely.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Todd, could you handle that for me?
I think he's away from the keyboard, so I'll take care of it.
He's almost back.
Okay, I'll let him do it. So it's
Speak of the devil.
Huh?
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check for Serval as he is
Sorry.
trying to convince
Sorry.
Gaxley Rudderbust of what he's saying.
Rudder bust. 11 plus stuff.
He's
21.
he says,
Jesus.
"If you say so, but I'm not so sure. But sure, I'll publish this first thing. Our next issue comes out tomorrow morning."
Excellent, excellent. Now, like I said, you're on the right track with some of these, but there's a few others that are loose ends that just are a waste
Oh,
of
what?
your time.
What makes you so sure? I've been working on this. I've been working on this for years, friend. Years. What makes you think
Oh,
you know more about it than I do?
believe me, I respect that. I absolutely do. But think about this: would followers of Asmodeus leave just a how many plans within plans? How many cogs within cogs would they have? How many patsies and so forth would they have? You'd have one noble family that makes all the rest of them look horrible, just to keep themselves looking squeaky clean.
I see your
Remember that.
point. And he starts going through these notes, and then there's one that kind of falls onto the floor where you see he has this belief, according to this note in the picture, that there are people living on the Solune's Tears, the
The
asteroids that.
moon, the
Yeah, there's.
bastards. Okay.
You've seen the picture, I guess. I don't know if you guys have seen the picture. I know some of you have, but he is convinced that there are people living on those little asteroids that follow the moon.
Serval bends down to pick it up and looks it over and goes, "You know, you may be onto something. I'll have to ask the high priestess the next time I'm in that temple."
He says, "Oh, I don't know if she'd tell you the truth, man. She might be in on it."
Yes,
Oh.
but my family has followed Selune for many, many generations. Don't worry. If there is something worth finding there, I'll see if I can find out for you.
All right, we'll see.
All right. Well, I have to get going, but I appreciate you doing that for me, and keep up the good work.
And as you're leaving, you just see there's a poster on the wall that says, "The people have a right to know. The truth is out there."
Jesus. 9/11 was an inside job. Ask me for DVDs.
So yeah,
That's
as you
awesome.
leave, anything from anybody else? Toddern, I think I have your sword all figured out. I hope I do. You may have to do a little bit of finagling with the action tab, but
Okay. Silvered Master. Yeah, there it
it
is.
it is supposed to have silver attached to it, so that the thing will do it automatically. I hope it will. We will see.
Oh, okay. I see. Yeah, no
Uh,
worries. Yeah, I see it under
yeah.
both.
I just put it on the other one too. So okay. Is there anything you guys want to take care of today, tomorrow?
Yes. Yes. First
Sure.
thing in the morning, I go talk to Rashal, pay him.
Mm-hmm.
And then I
All right.
leave there, go get Todrin, and we go talk to the nimble right lady.
Valletta.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, we go back to Valletta.
At the Temple of what's it called? Sorry.
Uh,
Gond. Yeah, the
yes,
House of Inspired Hands.
that one. I was like, that's not what we called it.
Yeah, the House of Inspired
Um,
Hands, the Temple of Gond.
Yeah.
did
So,
you remember to grab the trophy from me?
the trophy.
The proof of the nimble right's demise?
Oh, no.
That's all right.
All
The
right.
two of us, we're proof enough. That's how we would take to
Uh,
it.
We'll see. When you guys arrive at the House of Inspired Hands, it doesn't take long to find Valletta, and she's actually walking around the workshop with Nim. And when you guys come up and greet her, she says, "Oh, welcome. Have you taken care of that little issue?"
What's her name again?
Actually, yes, Valletta. Actually, yes, Valletta. We're here, and I hand over, and I pull out the Nimble Right detector. We're here to let you know that the Nimble Right has been dispatched.
Ah,
I nod.
do you have it?
Unfortunately not. We were arrested shortly after finding it, and, well, gathering the remains of a Nimble Right weren't exactly priority. However, we do know where it was, and it may still be there. But no, we didn't have time to gather it. But we did see that it was in various pieces, so I'm fairly sure that it was dead.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Do I get advantage since Todd is there?
He's not
Or
saying
maybe-
anything. He doesn't even remember her name.
Nice.
I didn't. Come on. That's not fair.
Did I put those
And
dice back?
She's Dragonborn lady.
I know, I was just picking at you, Heine.
I know, it's all good.
But was there anything you wanted to say to help him out?
Just fucking Todd's presence is clearly supporting Bart's fucking statement. Like, yeah, this is the truth. I'm a fucking paladin.
I'm a fucking
So,
paladin.
without advantage. God damn it.
What
That's
is
not-
that? A 0?
That's not right. That's what I got regularly.
Mm-hmm.
If I did have advantage.
I did nod.
I unplugged my mic. Sorry.
So,
If I did have advantage, it would be that.
okay.
Should have had me roll.
She
I should have, but
she just kind of shakes her head and she says, "I really need some kind of proof. It's not that I don't believe you. It's just
No, it is,
no, I
and that's
understand.
okay. Let me try. I have a spell that I recently learned. Have you heard of the Zone of Truth?
I have."
Would that satisfy your needs, since apparently we haven't?
Doesn't only the caster know who's telling the truth and who isn't?
I can hit both of them. Fucking let me do my thing, damn it.
Sorry.
I'll consider it.
You'll consider
Here, follow me.
it.
She'll lead you to a private room where you, Nim, Bartholomew, and her will stand. And she says, "I'm all right. What do you have?"
You want me to do my magic?
Sure.
Are you sure you can handle it? Because it's kind of awesome.
She kind of grins, and this dragon snout kind of curls into a smile. She says, "You just learned it, didn't you?"
Yeah, I did. Pretty proud of this. This is
All right.
some serious stuff here. And yeah, I'll cast Zone of Truth on both her and him, knowing that neither of them are resisting the spell.
Art, are you resisting the spell?
Nope.
Okay. All right. So, tell me what happened.
Well, to be quite honest, we were, just to make this a little bit more believable, we were pursuing the Stone of Golor, which I'm sure you've heard of.
I have.
Yes. Upon discovering its location, we ran into some cultists of Asmodeus, who just so happened to include my brother.
I see.
Just before finding that, though, we discovered the Nimblewright in various pieces, with proof of where we would find the cultists, which is how we discovered them. So yes, the Nimblewright was dead. It was rather lifeless. The head was broken and in several pieces. The torso, which was not attached to the head, was broken and in several pieces.
Is
And
Nim in the
all
room?
Yes.
I interrupt you. I'm really sorry about this, Nim. It didn't seem like it went very well.
it didn't.
Again, Nim can't speak, but Nim makes hand gestures to Valletta, and she says, Nim understands. In fact, I haven't yet told Nim, but now seems the appropriate time, that considering recent events, the priests at the Temple of God have discussed the matter, and we have decided to allow Nim some free time outside of the temple with
Decided
supervision.
to let you go.
And not go, just free time outside of the temple with an escort.
Oh, that sounds
And
lovely.
Nim kind of nods his head and makes some hand gestures to her, and she's, it seems the first place he would like to go is to your place.
I was just going to suggest that. It would be excellent to entertain you for the night, Master Nim.
Well then, I suppose I'll be seeing you all tonight. I think I'll bring a few things that you might enjoy.
Feel
In the meantime,
free.
here is 250 gold pieces for destroying the rogue Nimblewright, as I promised.
Yeah.
I forgot about a reward. Why, thank you.
And I will see you all tonight.
I did. I just wanted to return the Nimblewright detector, to be honest.
Wow. All right.
Freaking nobles. Just don't even give a crap about money. Just not even thinking about it.
Do you just want me to delete that from my inventory?
Yeah, that's fine.
Cool.
Or I can if you'd prefer.
I already did it. We're good.
All right. So, anything else anybody wants to listen to before Nim shows up tonight with Valletta?
I just want to go spend some time at the temple.
Actually, with that money, I'm going to part with Hind and go back to Rachel's.
All right. Let's go ahead and do that first, and then I'll get to Toddern at the temple. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
Unless Oscar has anything. You guys said that you guys didn't get to something for Oscar last time.
Oh.
I'm going to cash in one of my 3 coupons for free visits to Mother Tathorn's House of Pleasure.
Okay.
Ooh, do you mention that you're going to do that to me?
Sure.
Wow. When you do that, I go, oh, you know what? And I pull out my 3 and I give them to you.
Oh, 5 more. Thank you very much.
Of course.
So,
I don't like that place. It makes me feel weird.
Yes.
So, I have rules from Xanathar Guide that are like relaxation, and I'm not entirely
some
sure.
time alone, or
well, I had kicked around this idea for the fest halls if you guys wanted to use them for relaxation purposes or whatever, and it says
I want to go round by round.
It says, in addition, at the end of a week, which it's not gonna be a week. This is for a day, but you can end one effect that keeps the character from regaining hit points, or can restore one ability score that has been reduced to less than its normal value. So there's nothing here specifically that would benefit you right now, other than just. But I had kicked around that idea prior to just so you know. So yeah, you go to Mother
Information for the
Tathlorn's,
future.
and you get all these extra coupons from Bart. Again, they will treat you like a king. They will take care of, any wait on you hand and foot and feed you grapes or whatever you want, including other things that you may want. I don't know.
Indeed.
Bart, Rashal, what do you want to talk to him about?
So this will be my second time here today. I came by earlier and dropped off that 75 because I had already given them the 10.
Yeah.
And I walked back in. Rachel, I've come into a little bit more money. I was wondering what spells you've got.
Well, I have quite a bit. What are you in the mood for?
Well, to be quite honest, I was wondering if you'd be so kind as to allow me to copy from your spellbook again.
Sure. What kind of spell are you looking for?
Well, you know me, always the evocation savant.
So
there's Fireball and Lightning Bolt. Those are two good spells that I've been dabbling with.
He does not have Lightning Bolt.
Bummer.
Let's see. Are you looking for like a first level spell, second level, or just anything?
Probably third level spells. Right? Yeah.
So I'm going to go down the list here because I think if he puts the book out in front of you, you would know. He has first level spells are Comprehend Languages, Detect Magic, Featherfall, Find Familiar, Mage Armor, Magic Missile, Shield, and Unseen Servant.
I've got all of those.
For second level, it's Arcane Lock, Continual Flame, Dark Vision, Invisibility, Magic Weapon, Misty Step, Rope Trick, and Suggestion. Third level spells are Clairvoyance, Counterspell, Dispel Magic, Fireball, Fly, Non-Detection, and Water.
Counterspell.
I already have that.
He does.
Good man. That one will save our asses in so many ways in the
As
future.
a member of the Order of Mages and Protectors, Counterspell is a standard spell.
Fair enough.
Well, in that case, I probably should just take Fireball, so I'm going to spend 3 hours and 75 gold because as an evocation savant, I have the time and cost.
Okay.
Excellent. So, 20, so 55, 14 gold.
Anything else?
No, I spend my time there and then I return to the tavern.
Okay.
Fuck yeah.
So, on Serval's rounds to deliver his letters, how close would he get to the auction house and any of this?
Thing I need right now, am I?
The auction house is in the market, so close to Blackstaff Tower. It's just about a block away.
Excellent. So yeah, Serval would, after dropping off his letter to the Blackstaff, he would definitely be interested in perusing and yes. Oh, did I mention that I probably have my trade bar in my inventory?
Yeah. Let's see here. So I'm just gonna throw this out here just because buying a magic item is a downtime activity. Finding magic items to purchase requires at least 1 work week of effort and 100 gold pieces in expenses. Spending more time and money increases your chance of finding higher quality items. So this is a multi-day endeavor. If you're wanting to start it, you can, but this isn't something that's going to happen right now.
Okay. Well, I was curious because you mentioned the trade house, and so I was wondering what
Yeah,
all
you
would
guys
work with
absolutely
that.
do this. I don't want you to think that you can just walk in right now and get something right this instant. So
No, that's fine. It's just, well,
it'd be a work week as
it's
far as they're going here is 5 days. So you'd be middle of the week before anything would really have a chance of coming up. And there's no guarantee that it would come up.
fair enough. Fair
Happens
enough.
to all the guys.
So
God damn it, guy.
depending on how many days pass, we may get there tonight, but it's not going to be right this minute. Is that okay?
Not a problem. Not a problem.
Okay.
So yeah,
So-
let's go ahead and start that process.
All right. Okay, then. So, again, Nim and Valletta come to the tavern tonight. Nim can't talk, but Valletta translates for him all night, and he practically doesn't shut up the whole time. He is fascinated by the house. He's fascinated by Liff. He's fascinated by the halflings and the urchins and just everything about the place. When the drow come in, he's never seen a drow before. When the drow leave, he wants to talk about the drow. It's just everything. At one point, Floon will step aside and let him even serve drinks. So it's pretty much
I wonder.
everyone in
I
the
wonder
tavern
how
is paying
close-
attention to him.
I wonder how close his sign language is to
Actually, when the urchins and Nim, it's not exactly the same. Hers is based off of Nat's is based off of
Thieves'
Thieves' Cant. His isn't, but it is something he made on his own. And for her, meeting someone that Nim isn't deaf, but Nim can't speak, so he's essentially the opposite
Yep.
problem of her. There's certainly a camaraderie there.
maybe?
Yeah, they definitely they get each other in a weird kind of way.
Huh.
So,
That's cool.
and they both find it fascinating. So
Excellent.
Todrin,
Huh.
Temple of Beauty.
Yes.
What would you like to do? Again, this place is beautiful in every way. There are beautiful gardens, roses, and every kind of flower you can think of. Water features and birds chirping and beautiful women, of course.
Yeah. So I imagine that before all of this started, and I didn't really have time to go there and just exist, that there would be groups of people that I would hang out with, drink
Sure.
and chat and whatever. So I just want to go and
Yeah.
spend some time reconnecting with those people in whatever way that means.
Yeah.
They're not
So-
meaningful relationships, but they're definitely connections.
So the ones I have on the, and I'll just put it up here just so you don't have to search for it. The Order of the Ruby Rose aren't necessarily ones that you know. They're ones that most of the sisters of the Order of the Ruby Rose are out doing other things.
I just want
They're-
to pause you real quick and say that I don't necessarily, I'm not thinking of specifically clergy, so to speak.
Okay,
Personally,
like
more like followers, like other nobles and people that, like I used to be one of them, just going to the
Yeah,
temple and
totally.
converting.
Guest at the wedding.
you know Floon Blagmar comes here on a regular basis. Annabella Branta has been known to come here from time to time.
Like the people Vivi and I would hang out with.
Yeah, Vivi was one of them.
Yeah.
Amalia Castellanter is known to spend a decent amount of time
Oh
here.
shit. Okay, so yeah, I mean that is an added bonus, if I can see her possibly, but definitely I'm just trying to reconnect, especially knowing I'm trying to get a read on them. Basically, is what I'm doing because I am Suvi's
On all
chosen.
All of these people?
Yeah, and so like
Okay.
as soon as he's chosen, I want to see like do they even know that I'm the chosen?
They do. It is the talk of, more so than anything else that's going on in the city. This is the talk of this temple, and
Okay.
all of the followers know about it. It's been spreading. There's two camps. There's one that they're, I don't want to say suspicious, but they've been hearing Ayana talk about it and how she doesn't believe it. And there's other things about that.
Yeah.
And that's like a small minority. That's like probably less than 20% of the people you talk to.
Okay.
The other 80% are just enthused and practically worshiping at your feet.
Happy and supportive.
They want
Okay.
to come up to you. They want to touch you. They want to talk to you. They want your attention. You are surrounded by a mob of people that are just wishing
Wanting
to
your
bask
name.
in your glory.
That's awesome. That's
They
exactly what
want
Todd's hoping for, and he'll
the
ride that
vitamin
wave and just kind of drift around the temple,
D.
talking to everybody and giving them what they want, basically. Um, Subtly, without ever just asking outright, he wants to get a feel for how the majority of those people feel about Ayana herself, especially since I became chosen.
Mm-hmm.
Like, has she been neglecting her duties? Has she been?
Roll an insight check.
Oh God, please, please. Yeah,
Oh, please.
22.
So the vast majority of them believe that she has served Suni well, that she has been a good leader. They really don't understand why she is so against you being a chosen of Suni. There's a lot of confusion about it. Really, it's a lot of people think it's jealousy that she believes that maybe she should have been chosen, or just it actually goes around that maybe it's because you're a man and she,
Ooh, sexist
the
bitch.
the Temple of Suni has primarily been led by women,
Hmm.
and that kind of thing.
So while my questions about that have been subtle, I am not subtle in spreading support and faith for Ayana. That it can't be easy for that to happen, but that, as they say, she's been a very good priestess to all of us, and that we need to continue to support her and appreciate her and what she does. What I do is something entirely different, and what she does is still very critical, and we need her very much. And trying to build her up in the community.
All right.
Even though she's trying
So
to tear you down. You're a good person.
He's a
ro-
paladin.
roll me a persuasion
Todd's
check.
really trying here. He really
Roll me
is.
roll me a persuasion check.
Yeah,
Okay.
25.
Nice.
The fact that you support her despite her misgivings speaks a lot to these people for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
And I'll leave it at that for the time being.
Okay.
Is there anything else or anyone in particular that you want to talk to while you're here?
As I'm riding the wave, so to speak, do I ever run into Lorelei or Serafina?
Not tonight.
Okay.
You do
Okay.
catch a glimpse of Ayana watching you at one point as you're just being mobbed by these people.
I give her a beaming smile.
She's kind of standing there with her arms crossed, just watching.
I beckon, like, come join us.
She turns around and walks away.
Oof. This bitch. But yeah, I keep doing what I'm doing
Okay.
and hope that fucking something
right.
finally breaks through, and
You
yeah,
can
that's
win
better.
her over.
So, unless anybody has anything else, I'm going to go to the next day.
Sounds good.
All right.
Sounds like a plan.
Stan?
Nah.
So, the next day comes, and give me just a minute.
Retro.
Okay. So, say mid-afternoon, unless there's anything else anybody else wanted to do before this. Vincent Trench comes by. He's been at it for about 4 or 5 days now.
Really?
Yeah, by now, with you guys started on the... Let's see. You would have started on the 8th when you first... The night you talked to him was the 8th of Kythorn. Today's the 13th. So a few days have passed. Well, you had the funerals, and you
Wow.
had a couple of days pass. So you're... I think I just said the 13th, right?
All right.
You said it was the start of a new week.
Yeah, that would have been the 11th. So you've got 1 through 10 is a 10-day, 11 through 20 is a 10-day, 21 through 30 is a 10-day.
Okay.
So the 13th of Kythorn comes, and Vincent Trench comes to you guys in the tavern, and he says, we need to talk something over. Do you have a private place we can talk? Or would you prefer to go to my
Upstairs.
office?
No, of course, upstairs.
All right. So you guys all come upstairs and to the den, clear off the table. He says, before we go over my findings thus far, we need to discuss my fee.
Right. Sorry, are we all there?
Excuse
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, you're all
jeez.
there.
Bless you.
He says,
Right.
I
you.
typically charge 50 gold dragons for an investigation. However, complications have arisen, and this investigation is particularly hazardous.
Yes, it is.
I don't think I can find out anything more without going inside, and I need to know if you would sign off on that, or if you would like to be involved in some way.
Well, first of all, before we discuss tactics, let me just give you the best news you've had today. We have managed to cover your fee with an external third party. So you name your number, and we got it covered.
25,000 gold dragons.
Oh.
I
did tell him to name his number.
I know what this is. I know this is about Neverember's Lost Gold, and I want a cut. I want 5%. By my estimates, from what everyone's saying, if there's 500,000 gold dragons in there, it's 25,000.
Well, that's cute and all. However, the money is going back to the city. So we're not keeping it. And even if we were trying to keep it, we would be mad to. Think about it. We have so many players here that are trying to keep the money. We would have to haul ourselves up to Neverwinter or someplace more extreme just to keep that money. There's no way
Do you
we can do
take me
that.
for a fool? Do you really think that I don't already know that you're getting a cut?
I'm just
And you
staring
want
at him, just like I'm
5%?
floored.
You want 5% of the cut?
I could
We're
have
getting
asked for
10.
50%. I'm asking for 5. I
We
have,
are getting 10% of the cut
and
as
I
a
want
finder's
5.
fee.
Now, hang on. As I said, we're not discussing. We have established that a third party will be covering your fee. And I look to Serval when I say this. This is not coming out of our cut, whatever we establish here.
I really don't think that was part of their expectation or
That being
understanding
said,
for covering that fee.
that being
That's
said, that
excessive.
is a rather large chunk for information. Do you really think you're doing something we can't?
Allow me to give you a small taste of what I have so far. You'll see that this is worth it. The cult meets on the first day of every 10-day. The 11th.
So they met yesterday.
2 days ago.
You said today
Today's
was the 12th? Oh, the 13th.
Sorry, today's the 13th. Would have been
2
days ago.
Right. The Castellanters are not just involved, they are leading the cult.
Whoa!
I cannot say for certain how many people are involved, but it's at least 30. I also saw your brother. He looks at Bart.
I
As well as
When
your-
he mentions the number 30, my face visibly contorts. And then he
Yes.
says he saw my brother, and I pale.
I also saw your uncle and your aunt.
I slam a fist on
No!
the table.
Who? Which ones? I'm just breathing heavily.
Alistair and
I
Bargaster, as well as Thentius.
Just a moment. Let me walk with Bart here for a bit, and we'll come back in just a moment. Let us calm down. Stay right here. And I try to lead Bart downstairs.
I'm not moving. I'm just standing there frozen.
I'm trying to put on the best persuasion that I can to go. We need to go downstairs for just a little bit.
Why?
Bart, this is a
Calm
lot.
down with me.
Vincent just keeps talking.
You
Vincent says,
you need to walk. You need to walk with me. You're upset. You need to walk with me. Come with me for just a little bit.
I'm fine. And I just turn back to him. Continue,
Vincent
Vincent.
says, "Tell me what you know about the butler."
The strange butler at the Graalhund Manor?
No, the butler that you chased through the streets last week.
He clearly knows about the stone and about the devils.
What race was he?
Appeared to be
What race
human.
was he?
He's a tiefling.
Did we notice that?
No,
You would have seen that he was human.
he
And
appeared to be
Vincent
human.
Trench is now telling you that he's a tiefling.
I see.
Now, hang on. This is a taste?
This is a taste.
Good God, man.
First of all, and I clap softly, congratulations. That is a lot. You are good at what you do.
Yes, I am. 25,000 gold pieces good at what I do.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm not
that-
laughing in character. Bart is stunned.
that being said,
that
as-
was a great response, Kason.
it was pretty goddamn good. As I said, this isn't. I think we can make this win for both of us, Vincent. How about you hang on to the rest of the bite? I suppose. Let us take the taste to the third party and dangle
How
it.
long will it take?
Wow.
You don't have long.
You make it really hard to call you a friend. You know that?
Todder, we're not friends. You're paying me to do a job. You're a client.
Interesting
Well, then,
take.
would you like to speak with the third party yourself? You can
Prefer to speak with
plead
you.
your case to them directly.
I don't
Maybe-
know
why
them.
you
I
are
do
worth
know
that
you.
much.
Maybe being rude to them would get you more money.
Amalia Castellanter frequents trips to the coach house without leaving the villa grounds for some reason. She stays there for hours. He just keeps naming off things that he's found out so far.
Jesus Christ.
This is small potatoes compared to what I really have. 25,000 gold dragons.
Right.
Oh,
Again, that's not coming from us.
fuck, Vincent. What did I say when we hired you? I didn't say to dig and find out everything about the Castellantas.
I didn't have
told
to go
you to surveil
I
them.
haven't. I haven't. That's what I'm telling you. This is surveillance. I haven't even gone in yet. I want 25,000.
Here's a better question.
Shit.
What if we were just paying you to stand outside and see and watch?
Gentlemen. I think
I'm not. I
need
didn't mean to
have this
sound like I'm being
conversation.
mad there.
No, it's
I'm
good.
completely calm when I'm
You-
asking him this.
If you want what little I've given you so far, and a little bit more that I have,
Well, obviously we'll pay you.
roll
for
me
what you've
a
given
roll me
us.
a persuasion check with advantage.
Ooh.
Hang on.
Actually, Todrin, you roll 1 too. You've been talking a lot.
I was gonna say I should be
So,
rolling these, not
Yeah,
him.
you roll 1 and Bart rolls 1.
Okay.
And you're absolutely right.
Bam. 25.
Nice. We both got good numbers there.
And
And
for the
Bart
record,
got
the
19.
sigh was him, not me.
Oh, okay.
He says, 3%.
3% just to do surveillance.
We
3% for everything I have right
cannot
now.
authorize
50,000.
that amount of money. We cannot authorize that. Come with us. We'll share what you have with a third party and let them decide if they want to spend that much money on you to give you the rest of to get the rest of the information.
Right. Because to be completely fair, Vincent, we can't barter the city's money.
We
You can
can't.
barter the money that you're going to take, though.
And that's
Yes,
not what we're
and
paying you
that's-
with.
That's almost
Then we need
half
to be
of
discussing
what we
that
are
is-
getting.
Then we need to be discussing that is what you...
I look over at Todrin and then over at Serval. Is Oscar here?
Yes, you're all there.
And then I turn over to Oscar. If we were to pay this man, it would have to be from our portion, because as I just said,
He reaches into his coat and pulls out a scroll tube and just lays it on the table. He says, "This alone is worth every copper."
What
His-
is
his
the
hand
Wants
is on it.
copper. We have
plan?
plenty of copper.
This
Let
guy's
me finish.
making
Vincent.
this really fucking hard.
Right, and I turn to them. Anyway, as I was saying, if we were to pay this man for what he's asking, he's talking a bear.
Boot.
About.
He's talking about 5% was his asking price. 3% if we're lucky, and I look at him kind of, which
He
is
just
still
nods.
3/7 of what we are
That is a
receiving.
significant amount of our money. Like I said, let's
It's-
go, and they may be willing to pay him that much. I don't know.
That's fair. That's fair. We don't know.
Serval,
We don't know what they
roll a
want.
persuasion check, Serval.
And I've been backing this up the whole time. Like, I don't see why anybody's talking about us paying him when it's already been fucking promised to be covered.
Because I'm talking to you, I'm negotiating with you, not them. Roll him a persuasion check.
Serval and Hind? Todrin?
Yeah, for Serval. Okay.
Bam! 28!
God damn.
He say, if you can come up with a representative in the next 20 minutes, deal.
Easy. I slapped the table. We're upstairs in the tavern, right?
Yeah.
I
They
go
just
downstairs.
They just left.
They
They
did?
just left.
Son of
Yeah.
a bitch! Well, I know where they are, right?
Well, can't
They'll
we?
be doing surveillance on the castle lanterns, yeah.
Right. How
You know where
far
they
is
are.
the manor?
Not that
50
far.
minutes away.
Son of a bitch.
If you took him with you right now, you could probably find them.
Yeah, so I just slap the table and stand up. Come with me, Vincent.
All right. So you guys head to the Castle Lantern Villa.
As
Across
we're
town.
going down, I ask our arcane artist over here, the evoker extraordinaire, if he's got sending prepared.
I actually don't know sending, so
Well, never mind.
Seems like a real oversight.
it's not really
So
my line of expertise.
you guys get there, you're going to have to search for them. They are not in plain sight, and it is dark.
So I'll stay with the guy and tell you three to do your best to find him and bring him here.
Well, I would.
Stay with Vincent. That's what I meant to say.
They can see in the dark, so I would do some some subtle prestidigitation to kind of like we need to talk type thing, try to get their attention.
Okay.
Loud sting.
So, just as Vincent Trench is starting to get antsy, Philrecht comes up behind you guys and he says, "What are you doing, you fools? You're going to blow our cover."
Well, good timing. Excellent timing. You know our man. And I slap Vincent on the back a little harder than is necessary.
Yes, we've seen him coming and going a couple of times. Yes, we've
Right.
seen him.
He's very good at what he does, as are you. As we have established, his fees being covered by your organization, he has been a little more successful than any of us could have hoped for. And
I told you I was good at my job.
He has told us that many times, yes. He has come to negotiate his price.
Which is?
I look at
And we
Vincent.
turn to him.
Yep. Argue with yourself, Kazan. We'll watch, goddammit.
I'm gonna roll a couple dice here. See how this goes.
Excellent.
Oh,
Fucking
there's
hell.
a natural 20.
Oh,
So-
God.
Felrecht.
Felrecht talks to him, and Vincent Trench says, 3% and you guys have everything that I have. And I'm willing to go inside. And Felrecht nods and he says, I can arrange for 5,000 gold pieces now. But 2%. Vincent's not happy with it being chewed down further from 5 to 3 to 2, but he takes
That's a
it.
lot of fucking gold.
So he's getting half of it now and half of it after. But then he just reaches into his coat pocket and hands the scroll tube to...
I grab it when he pulls it out.
Says, the Castellanters are preparing a grand party for Founders Day, less than 10 days from now. They're inviting nobles and poor folk from the dock and field wards. Amalia Castellanter has purchased a great deal of poison.
Ooh.
A great deal of poison.
I'm unrolling the scroll
Oh,
as he's
no.
telling us this.
And Felrecht says, well, we saw Victorio Castellanter and meeting with Lady Rosnar. Do you know anything about that? And Vincent says yes. He says, Victorio Castellanter is attempting to buy a tower that Lady Rajnar owns. Lady Esvele Rajnar.
Does that ring a bell to any of us?
Roll me history checks.
History
Someone,
checks. Gotcha. I gotcha. I rolled a 21. Bert got a 13.
for me.
Okay.
Oscar got an 11. Serval got a 5.
All right. So House Rajnar was once banished from Waterdeep for smuggling, slavery, and other crimes. The Rajnar family just recently returned to Waterdeep, and they have been focusing on legitimate business interests such as winemaking and gem trading. The family motto is "We fly high and stoop swift." The head of the household is Roltane Rajnar, his wife Azalea, and he has 2 children, Esvele Rajnar and Crescendo Rajnar, both about your age.
By your age, you mean
Todrin
Bart?
and Todd and Bart. He says the tower. There's an old tower at the corner of Sewell Street and Chasso's Trot. He says, I don't know why he wants to buy the tower, but she's apparently not willing to sell yet. Let's see. I'm willing to go in and see if I can find anything else, but what's in that scroll tube, I think is going to be more than you want. By the way, I need that back within 24 hours.
And I unroll it and see. Oh my god! Is that blood?
That is blood.
Oh!
So, Serval, just I know you can't see it. What he has unrolled is an infernal contract.
It's got
And
a
Vincent-
fucking pentagram in blood across the top quadrant.
Vincent says, "You don't want to know what I had to go through to get this." And quite frankly,
Interesting.
10,000 gold dragons is a steal for this.
Holy fuck. I cannot read this tiny ass.
So I'll I've read this multiple times.
What's the gist?
It is.
The following contract is a legally binding agreement between the first party, known in the common tongue as Lord Victoro, and Lady Amalia Castellan. The second party, known in the common tongue as Supreme Lord of the Nine Hells, Master of Witches, the Ultimate Arbiter of Law, God, Fiend, Prince of Darkness, the first,
Jesus Christ!
the Archfiend Asmodeus. This contract will remain in effect for an unending period of time or until this contract is voided, and describes the obligations and responsibilities of both parties. Failure to meet these obligations will immediately constitute a breach of contract, causing the relevant penalty clause to take effect, and avoiding any further claim on any of the services described herein. Contract outline. This is multiple pages, guys.
This is
This
section 2.
This contract stipulates terms of service. Services may be requested by the first party, to be Victoro and Amalia, as long as this agreement is valid, provided the first party is within reasonable proximity of the contract. When the first party requests service, the second party will immediately and without malicious intent provide the service to the first party as specified. After receiving the service specified, the first party must provide payment according to the terms specified. At any time during the predefined period covered by this contract, either party may request a review of the conditions of this contract and may, at such time, modify the conditions in a manner that is agreeable to both parties without duress or coercion. Any discussion of this contract or its conditions with any party not directly included in the contract in question is prohibited unless in the presence of a member of the Infernal Court. Failure to comply with this non-disclosure agreement may result in termination of the contract and a summons by the Infernal Court for further punishment. Penalty clause for the first party. Section 3. If the first party is unable or unwilling or otherwise does not provide payment as specified, the first party forfeits any remaining services contained herein. Additionally, the claim to the first party's everlasting soul transfers immediately to the second party for the predefined period of eternity, sending the soul upon the final death of the first party, whenever that may be, to the second party to be used for whatever purpose the second party sees fit. Penalty clause for the second party. If the second party is unable or unwilling to, or otherwise does not provide the services as specified to the first party, this contract is voided, freeing the first party of any claims by the second party to their person, to their belongings, both material and immaterial, and to their everlasting soul. This does not include any belongings or souls previously given to the first party to the second party in payment for services. Page 2.
Jesus.
Terms of service. The first party must construct or commission to construct
Can
a
we just
high
click
quality.
accept?
I'm reading this out for Serval because I can't give this
Sure.
to him.
I just sent everybody screenshots of that first page.
Must construct a high-quality temple to the Supreme Lord of the Nine Hells, Master of Witches,
Oh my
Ultimate
God,
Arbiter
really?
of Law, God Fiend, Prince of Darkness, the First, the Archfiend Asmodeus, to be finished at a prominent location upon the material plane, and hold ceremony no fewer than 10 attendees, at least once every 10 days, in honor of the Supreme Lord of the Nine Hells, Master of Witches, the Ultimate Arbiter of Law, God Fiend, Prince of Darkness, the First, the Archfiend, Asmodeus. Luck of the
Now,
Pit.
Edge.
I was kind of wanting more of a condensed, not a pre-meeting version.
I know, but I'm enjoying
But
this. I'm enjoying
I
this. Have fun.
I can tell. This is great.
Luck of the Pit. Benefit. Immediately, and is it this one or is it the next one? It's the next one that gets really good. Immediately upon requesting the service, the first party will find their luck will favor them, giving them 1 second chance in their endeavors. Payment: 1 hour of honest prayer and appreciation of the Supreme Lord of the Nine Hells, Master Witches, the ultimate arbiter of law, God Fiend, Prince of Darkness, the First, the Archfiend Asmodeus. Once a day for 3 consecutive days, starting the day of the service is requested. During this time, the first party must display the symbol known as the R undefaced upon their person at all times. Fiendish assistance.
Jesus.
Immediately upon requesting this service, this second party will send 1 imp, lemur, chain devil, or bearded devil to the first party, whom the devils will be completely and utterly obedient to, without malicious intent for the first party to command as they see fit. The devils will remain with the first party for 1 year or until they are slain, whichever comes first, after which they will return to hell immediately. Payment: conversion of 1 mortal person to the Church of Asmodeus within a 10-day of requesting this service. So keep this in mind. That means that every imp, every bearded devil, every spine devil you guys have seen means they have sacrificed someone to get.
I thought it said conversion, not sacrifice.
You were right, but
Haha.
Converted
sorry.
them
Suck it,
to
devil.
You're right.
Asmodeus.
My apology. Their belief must be sincere and their conversion of their own free will. First party and their allies may not be afterwards interfere directly with the convert's new belief. Infernal Fate. Here's the important. Immediately upon requesting this service, the second party will press their thumb heavily upon the scales of fate, ordaining that the material ambitions of the first party, including, but not limited to, ascension to Masked Lord of Waterdeep for a period of no less than 30 consecutive years, riches, longevity, power, vengeance, or all of those stated will come to bear within a mutually agreed upon time frame. Payment: the claim to the everlasting souls of the first party's natural-born children, conceived together or separately. Transfers for the predefined period of eternity to the second party, sending the soul immediately upon the child reaching 9 years of age, for whatever purpose the second party sees fit, or the first party must sacrifice 1 shy of 1 million gold pieces and transfer the everlasting souls of 1 shy of 100 innocent souls for the predefined period of eternity to the second party for whatever purpose the second party sees fit.
So that's why they're having that party, is to try
Yep.
to sacrifice. And how
To
old
become
was
masked
their
lords of Waterdeep.
Their children are 8 years old. Bartholomew, you rolled what on your history check for the Castellanters? It was like a 24,
It
wasn't
was
it?
a 21, I believe.
Their birthday is next month.
and
Nice.
the firstborn that has gone missing? How old was
Was
that one when it went missing?
21-ish.
21. Okay.
Jeebus Christo.
Arbitration. In case of a disagreement on the interpretation, consequences, or meaning of terms included in the contract, both parties agree to submit to binding arbitration by Dissipator, Lord of the Second, or one of his proxies at the Infernal Court, signed by both parties and sealed in blood in accordance to primeval law. Victoro Castellanter and Amalia Castellanter.
Holy crap.
Oh,
I told you
So,
Vincent Trench was good.
reading that, would you mind giving me about. I would know how long this would take me to transcribe really quickly.
He says, I need it back within 24 hours. I have to
Right,
return
I
it to where
know,
I
but I
found it.
need to give it back to him super quick. I don't want this. How long would this take me to transcribe?
Well, you've seen it, right? You could just jot it down from memory, can't you?
Keen mind.
Oh, fuck.
You do
Yes,
have a
I
photographic
can.
memory.
So I hold it, and I'm just like, give me a couple of minutes. And you guys are all like, what?
What? Except me. I'm like, yep.
So after a couple minutes, I've read it several times. I hand it back to him. All right, you can take this.
He puts it back in the scroll tube, screws the lid on. You smell this sulfurous smell from just the paper.
I'm like
Just
wiping my
holding it,
hands on my
just
pants.
just holding it feels wrong.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I know this is blood and it's done with devils. Beyond the literal feel, just the internal concept, Bart is just, he's like, all right, let's get out of here so I can go wash my hands.
Yep.
He's just rubbing his hands. He hasn't touched any of his stuff. He's just,
You guys turn around, Vincent's gone. Belrect is
he's clever.
leaving down the alley, and you guys find yourselves just walking back home at night.
All right.
So the tower I'm going to put on the map here, just so you guys know where it's at. Is right there.
Okay.
And he said that Victoro is trying to buy this tower from Lady Esvile Rajnar.
Right.
That's not far from our place.
It's about half the city away. Oh no, that's where we.
Not even.
No, I'm sorry. I was looking at the UR here.
Maybe a quarter?
Yeah, it's pretty close.
Okay.
Oh
What time
wow.
of day is this? It's nighttime, you said.
Yeah, it's night by this point.
Alright, well, when we get back, I'm just going to immediately start copying that on some paper.
And we should
There's
probably call it here. I'm fucking exhausted.
Oh shit, it's 10:30.
So here's what happens.
10:15.
As you are finishing up this, you hear a crash at the door, and Felrecht comes in, pulling Krebig alongside him. And you see he's holding his arm up against his chest, and his hand has been cut off.
Oh.
Who are these guys?
This is the two
These were
drow,
the
and
drow.
Felrecht is just shouting, "Somebody help me!"
I run
Someone
over.
outside?
Healing word.
Yep. I put hands on each of them. Lay on hands.
I don't know what happened. And I know we're about to end. This is the end point right here. He says, "I don't know what happened. They came out of nowhere. We fought them off, but they just
the
cut off his
moment
hand and
I
left."
the moment I see him, I cast mage armor on myself.
He says, "I don't know what the hell is happening. There was this all of a sudden that we were surrounded by devils, and we fought as many of us we could, but they just cut his hand off. And they left with it."
Shit.
Oh, bloody hell.
Bloody magic.
All right, so I use my magic to stabilize and do what I can. Does anybody have a greater restoration to help him with his hand?
That's a regeneration, sir.
Yeah, this is
Is
not
that
an easy fix.
regeneration?
This is not an easy fix. But you
All
guys
right.
are able to. Essentially, the tap room
It's
clears
like
out
a
at this
level
point.
5 spell, bro.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
We just need to find another arm.
They are bewildered why this happened.
Why they got
And
attacked spying on people with a deal with the
not
devil?
not necessarily that so much as why they didn't just kill them.
Oh.
Well, they're probably looking to see where you're going to go. So we will get we get them down to the cellar and bid them farewell as soon as they're able to travel, and send them out to the sewer entrance
Mm,
All right.
so that they.
So, guys, I enjoyed the contract. I don't know about y'all.
That was pretty good.
So, real quick, when I do copy that down, I don't write Asmodeus anywhere.
Mhm.
And I smudge some of the writing, so not smudge it literally, but I make it so that it doesn't seem like it's an infernal contract
Right.
at
shorthand.
first glance. Yeah.
you don't transcribe it word for word because you're afraid that that might attract some unwanted attention.
Well, if it falls into the wrong hands, I immediately get a devil worshiper.
Well, and there's also this probably isn't your concern at all, but there's very clearly stated in the contract that there's a non-disclosure agreement. So how? That's the thing, though, that they didn't disclose it. Vincent found it on his own, which
Right.
begs. I'm talking too much. It's just, where the hell did he come up with it from?
Yeah, dude, I'm floored. That's why at one point where he's just like, no, I want money. I'm just like holding my hand up against my nose, just like, we didn't ask you to fucking dig your fucking dick as deep as you could, Vincent. We asked you to watch them, and what does that cost?
We
Man is
did
good
get
at
some
what he
good
does.
intel, and we didn't actually have to pay for it, so.
Well, that's not my point. When we
No, I
asked him to do it,
understand.
he was like, how far do you want me to go? And we're like, not that far.
He
He's
didn't
like,
go
all right,
inside. He
well,
he will tell you he didn't go inside. He was wanting more money to go inside.
it's just, if he didn't go inside, how the fuck did he get that scroll?
That's a good question.
It's probably
Doing more
the
than we told him he should have. That's how.
going into the mausoleum, things like that. You know, I've got ideas as a player that Serval didn't see, so I have to play it that way. But as a player, I have some very strong suspicions in different directions, and I very much want to read this campaign after we're done because I want to see how much of it I had right.
So what are you all thinking right now about everything?
Ooh.
Let me start with the contract first. What do you all think of the
Oh,
contract
that's
itself?
fantastic.
Very, very cool piece of work there. I took screenshots of both of them and sent them to everybody so they can read them at their leisure.
Okay.
As for thoughts on it, that is definitely worth its money. Holy shit. Um,
You see why he was asking for 25 grand now?
Oh, yeah.
no kidding.
Not gonna lie, he's a little disappointed that he didn't get that for it, but he was on a timeline.
Yeah.
He's on a timeline, and honestly, with those devils running around and they attacking the drow, he might be. Well, I hope he has some pretty potent spells ready to do battle.
I love that moment at first. Normally my fee is 50 gold, but this has gotten pretty hairy. Oh, well that's all right. We're getting your fee covered by somebody else. You just name your price 25,000. The moment of silence. Oh.
Oh. It's like I cringed the moment you said name your price. I'm like, you don't want me to name my price because what I would say in that situation is going to be heavily inflated. And he said 20. Yeah, I'm like, yep, 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 yep.
You guys are lucky that you've got two people with really high charisma scores.
Yeah.
Well, that's the fun of running around in a city is that you can
Absolutely.
play paladin or a bard or a sorcerer or a warlock, and you can get away with a lot of things if you build your character correctly. And I'm really enjoying how all of this is going off. So this
Oh
is this
yeah.
is just a blast.
It is so fun. I mean, I can't